Hi, everybody. Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome to December 2021. We are sitting here on December 1st in beautiful Los Angeles. I know I mention this every now and again, but it really is just, coming from Chicago, going through years and years and years of my life in the cold winters, I feel for all of you. If you are practicing from there, it is nice to have the change of seasons, but it just doesn't get old having this beautiful weather here in Southern California. So trade-offs, I suppose. There's always other things, right? But we're seekers of balance, but really exploring also what we appreciate, what feels good. So I hope you're all finding yourselves in your practice these days. If things have kind of fallen off a little bit, don't worry. That is not unusual with the holidays and having some extra social engagements. And so it's a matter of, receiving that call. So I invite you all, from now as we continue through the end of the year, let's make our strides in re-engaging the consistency of our practice and being on the mat and spending time and with ourselves and our breath, and see how that feels. And so that we're not kind of burning our way through to the end of the year to get to the new year and then saying, okay, now we're going to start. Now we're going to, start this new revolution and evolution of ourselves. By the time you get to the new year, if you start re-engage the consistency of your practice now, you're already going to feel like a new version of yourself that you get to celebrate on New Year's. So it's just something I've been considering since we do our 21-day challenge in November. And then it kind of takes us in, and a lot of people have turned that into a 30-day challenge for themselves. And I think people are just continuing here at the studio to keep that going because it does feel pretty good. Okay, so today we're going to have a fit class. Let's go ahead and start lying down on your back, please. You're welcome to turn on some music if you like on the Spotify, or you can pick anything that you'd like to listen to. I'm going to go without music today. My Spotify is Joe Comer, so it's available. You can listen to the playlist out there from when we did the challenge. So your volume set. It's important that you can hear me clearly. And come to rest on your back. Let your legs be straight, arms by your sides with your palms facing up. And because of the holidays, you'll find sometimes people take a week off. They were traveling, they went to see their family, or they just got out of town, but they broke the pattern and the consistency of the practice. And it's quite remarkable, in that you could be practicing regularly for months and feeling good, and then you take 1 week off, and it's astonishing at how much your body holds onto if you're not moving it. Here's the thing: the body and the mind are connected, and so your body will ultimately stores whatever energy you're not moving, and then that's going to have an effect on your mind and the way that you're thinking. Right? And then that will interpret through your actions and the way that you're connecting or not connecting with others. And so it's taking time with patience, of course, guidance, connecting you to your breath, where you can feel the connection within yourself, move some of the energy around, and then see how that flows with you throughout the rest of your day. And bend both legs, bring your feet onto the mat so they're flat. Set your feet a little bit wider than your hips. If you need to make any adjustments, it might feel good to lift your bum an inch and then flatten your low back. Let your knees fall in towards each other. And you do all of that and then realize, well, maybe you're clenched up in the neck, so reset your head and then cactus your arms. And so we can experience this broadening across the chest, in front of your shoulders. And take a few breaths here, in through your nose, out through your nose. And they come on pretty naturally. You are on your mat, so if you're smiling, that's great.
And even if you arrive on your mat and you are a little frustrated or even angry, I promise you it won't last too long. And if you really fall into this guidance and you start breathing, you turn your arms back down by your sides, feel the release in your shoulders, heel toe your feet together so your big toes touch. And draw both knees into your chest, hands to your shins. And feel the squeeze, and then wrap your elbows around your sides, lift your head, and see if you can get your forehead all the way up to your knees. Your legs continue to hover as you open the eyes. Reach your arms straight up towards the ceiling. And so palms facing one another, knees drawn in towards your chest. Keep your left knee where it is. A little shaking is okay. And kick your right leg out. And take a full breath in. On your exhale, switch. Bring your right knee in. Up with your core. Lifting your shoulders in. Keep the arms where they are. Bring both knees back into your chest. Keep those shoulders up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and the knees. Rock and roll up and down the line of your spine. And so we can do so much by strengthening the core and to support ourselves in through our spine all the way up to our neck. Right? People hold a lot of tension, tightness in the neck. And so if you give the neck some love by strengthening your core, you may notice that your neck feels better. And come on up all the way around. Pivot into a tabletop, all fours, hands and knees. And set flat to your palms. And give your hips a little shake, still drawing your belly in, so not letting the belly fall out. And maintain a tone connection to your core. And come back to center, bring your knees together, walk your hips back, sit on your heels. If this is too uncomfortable, put something in between your feet, use a yoga block, use a pillow. Rest your hands onto your thighs, shoulders down, elbows in. I invite you to close your eyes and check in with your inner voice today. You know, if you're going through life and there's things that you're not saying, you're holding this inside. You don't feel comfortable. You know, there's a lack of confidence or even a lack of understanding. It just may not be clear yet, but you're holding it inside. This is going to show up in your body in different ways. It's all connected. It may show up in your wrist. It may show up in an elbow. It may show up in a shoulder. And I continuously come back to this practice, and when I'm in the practice, it's hard to understand why we're so fearful and scared of communicating what we're feeling or how we're feeling with another being. Right? Regardless of whether we think they're going to like what we're saying or not. So I believe within all of us, it's about opening up that space and so that the people around us feel comfortable in sharing and communicating. We're not leading and contributing into that discomfort. Right? We're actually supporting the communication, saying it's not about me liking it or not liking it. And so we're all supporting ourselves in living closer and more connected with our truth and what's clear and what we feel. Let's open the eyes. Inhale, come forward into a tabletop, all fours. And then take your right leg, kick it straight back in space. And swing the right leg out to the left. Tuck your toes into your floor. And keep your hands where they are. If you press the mat away, tuck your chin. And you might get a little bit more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And swing this right leg all the way around. Step your right foot outside your right hand. And big step and crawl your hands forward a few inches. And keep your arms straight. Let your hips get heavy. If you want a little pulse in the hips, that's okay. And feel behind your right leg into your hamstring. And head can stay up, shoulders back and down. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. And let's take this one more step. Left foot comes across the mat to the right. And notice the hips come back a little bit. Set your right hand so your arm supports you. And drop your tail, stretch your left arm up. Morning stretch. And feel to your left side body. You note where you may be holding on. These are all muscles that would constrict you from taking a deeper breath. Let's bring your gaze and left hand down. And turn your left foot back out. Slide your right foot back. Come on to all fours. And so if we open those muscles, right, we play in this relationship of our body, it ought to deepen our breath and have a direct effect and within our minds. Kick your left leg straight back behind. And swing your left leg off to the right. Tuck your toes into the floor. Hands stay. If you take the hips back, chin down, maybe feel a little bit more. Breathe. And while acknowledging the sensation, this means breathing into the sensation. And hands through your arms connect you to your core. And swing your left leg around. Step outside your left hand. Crawl your fingertips forward. Use your long arms. Right, really tight hips, they're going to want to hang back. So if you can get that descent through your pelvis and feel what's going on back of your left leg today. And then shoulders back and your head is peeking up through the crown. Full breath in, full breath out. Let's add on one more time. Turn your right foot to the left, angle your shin. That's going to bring your hips back. Left hand back a few inches. And straight arm supports you as you reach your right arm up. Right? It's not essential that you turn your gaze. It never is in the practice. It's the last thing to move when the space of your body allows. And so if the shoulder is down, then your gaze can start to turn up and you'll get a little bit more. Nice. Bring your gaze and right hand down. Turn your right foot out and slide your left foot back. Come on to all fours. Reset your hands, plug into your palms, wrap your belly in, tuck your toes, lift the inner thighs, and let's take it back into our first downward facing dog today. Would you say it's more important to feel supported as a human being versus being right, versus being in control, versus having power? And explore what that means. And for you as you go throughout your practice and as you move throughout your day today. And like a deep breath in downward facing dog with your firm hands and belly connected, plugged in. As you straighten your legs, press your heels down. And keep your left foot where it is. And bring your right foot in front of your left foot. And then press your right heel down. Should give a nice stretch into your lower leg, into your calf muscle. Little bend to your knees, step your right foot back. If you got a big pull in your low back on that, your SI joint, and come up to your fingertips and you don't have to go and completely straight through your leg. Let's bring your left foot in front of your right foot and far enough that there's room to press the heel down flat in front of your big toe. Feel the lower leg stretch into your calf. Little bend to your knees. Bring your left foot back inside. And let's take it out into a high plank. Adjust your hands, adjust your feet if you need. And so you've got two strong legs. You wrapped in through your belly. And so you're supporting, if you are carrying that weight in your SI joints, and tune into your core. Feel that support your neck. Chin down an inch or two. Everybody breathe in through your nose. Exhale, bend your arms, lower halfway down. Notice the elbows graze the ribs. Keep the elbows tight to your sides. Untuck your toes. And then feel a little lift in baby cobra pose. Slide your hands off the edges of your mat. Fingertips to ground, hover your feet. And then little baby flutter kicks with your feet up and down. And the hips are relatively fixed, pressing down into the ground. And shoulders are back. Notice the head is not moving. And you can always point your toes a little bit more. You'll feel the muscles, the erector spinae muscles along your lower spine engage. And the last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your feet down, hands under, chin to chest. And tuck your toes, kick through your heels. Press up into a plank pose. And take it back into your downward facing dog. And see as your relationship with your practice is evolving, right? Obviously, we include the physical. But when it's not all about the physical, you're going to see that you have plenty of strength. And now as you toggle over to prana strength, that life force and the energy we get from the breath, right? You always have plenty of endurance, and especially for a 60-minute class. 2 big steps to the top, big toes together. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. And breathe in, rise. Stand up, feel your feet, stack your spine. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, take a bow, forward fold, chest to your knees. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into a high plank. In 2 big steps, draw out, pull your chest through. And on your exhale, lower halfway, turn your elbows in. Press back up, shoulders over your wrists, and outer edge of your right foot, inner edge of your left foot, reach your left arm up. And so you got a nice little side plank, staggering, crossing your ankles. And then gaze can come up, reach your left arm over your head to extend. And you say you got a shoulder thing going on, then simply your right knee goes down onto the mat. And you can use that leg, still kick through your left heel. And that's listening to your body. Bring your gaze and left hand back to the mat. Pivot square into your high plank, high push-up. Pull your chest through, bend your arms, lower halfway down. Yes, push back up, shoulders over your wrists. Outer edge of your left foot, inner edge of your right foot, and take your right arm up. In every moment, every breath is unique. Reach your right arm over. And so the practice of listening to your body is happening in real time. You could always bring your left knee down. Kick through your right heel. And you might even feel more of the stretch with the support from your left knee. On your exhale, gaze and right hand down. Pivot square, come back into your high plank, both legs straight. Exhale, bend your arms, lower down, elbows to your ribs. Inhale, press up, shoulders over your wrists. And exhale, lift your bum, downward facing dog. And let's see if we can get this ripple and roll through our spine. So when you inhale, lift your heels, suck your low belly in. I tuck my chin, and then I'm going to roll my spine out, lengthen through the crown of the head to plank. And then tuck the chin, puff the upper back, squeeze the low belly, lift the tailbone up, and then set the heels back down. Nice. Set your right foot to the ground. Inhale, lift your left leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to your left elbow. Inhale, kick back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to your right elbow. Inhale, kick back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, step through, step forward, big toes touch at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, arms up, reach tall. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Keep your right leg straight, hover your left knee in front. In figure 4, left ankle to your right thigh. And you'll feel a nice crease on the side of your left ankle and setting into the front of your right thigh above your knee. And as you inhale, both arms go up, palms face. And draw the line from the inner right thigh and through the back of your belly up in between your shoulder blades. And keep your legs as they are, right hand to your left wrist. And then let's side bend. Pull your left wrist to the right. If you keep your ankle drawn into your thigh, you're going to feel this a little bit more through your left side body. Inhale, rise slowly back to center. Palms face, turn your left knee up, bring your hands onto your left shin. Standing when relieving, so your hands together underneath your left knee onto your shin. And draw the elbows in. Nice, release softly, left foot down, arms by your sides. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, take a bow, forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway. Bend the knees, plant the hands, 2 big steps back into your high plank. And so a lot more confidence in your legs connected to your core. Come forward, bend your arms, lower halfway down. Tops of the feet, inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, draw with your hips and take it back into your downward facing dog. Set your left foot down, inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, kick back and up. Exhale, knee to your left elbow. Push the mat away, inhale, kick back. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, kick back and up. Exhale, step through, step forward, both feet to the top. Big toes together, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow, forward fold. Inhale, rise, stand up, arms reach. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center, weight into your left foot. Float your right knee in front. Figure 4, right ankle to your left thigh. So it's an external rotation. And for your right hip, as you stand strong, standing leg, float both arms up. Inner thigh through your low back. And then up in between your shoulder blades. Left hand to your right wrist. Keep the ankle to thigh and then side bend to the left. And we'll always be able to trace, right, in moments, oh, that was easy, that was a little bit more difficult. And I encourage you to stay more connected to your breath. And let go of whatever that is, that part of our mind making that trace. Come back to center. And palms face, turn your right knee up in front. Hands to your right shin below your knee. And then stand tall. Turn your elbows in. And feel the squeeze getting deeper into the flexion of your hip. On the exhale, soft release. Right foot down, arms by your sides. Inhale, arms up, lengthen your sides. Exhale, take a bow, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, chest out in front. Plant the palms, 2 big steps back into your high plank. Feel the legs stretch out through the chest, bend your arms, lower halfway down. Tops of the feet, you can step or you can roll over the toes, press the ankles flat and up dog. And exhale, draw with your chest. And with your belly, come back into your downward facing dog. 3 breaths in your down dog. Feet are set hip width. Lift your heels up. Bend your knees. Exhale, take 2 steps to the top of your mat. Keep your feet hip width. And bend your legs. Sweep the arms up. Sit back into your chair. In a broad base. Outer hips wrap in so you feel a little more lift from your upper thighs. And just keep your legs as they are. And bring both of your forearms onto your legs. And gaze down, you're looking in between your big toes, and your back should be nice and flat. You should feel little to nothing in your hip flexors, in your low back in this position. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. And then we hover the left foot, and then swing the left leg out to the right, and kick the leg as straight as you can. And keep your back as flat as you can. Bring your left foot back inside. Hover your right foot and then swing your right leg out to the left. Kick through the heel, straighten the leg as much as you can. And helps to keep your gaze focused on one spot. Bring your right leg, foot back inside. Press the mat away. Lift through your heart. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, eagle wrap. Bring your left arm under your right arm. Explore the bind, feel the shoulders today. And little bend to your knees. Step your left foot back to a warrior 1. So your left heel grounds. Knee right leg bent and knee over your ankle. And left ribs forward, slide your elbows up. Keep your warrior 1 legs And on your exhale, unravel your arms, power lunge chest over your right knee. And feel as you're connecting from your left foot all the way through your upper back. Pivot your back heel high. Inhale, reach your arms up. Right? We're used to going to the top, so keep reaching up. And then you're going to bend that right leg. Exhale, hop your right foot to the back of your mat. Big toes together. Bring your hands to your heart center. Great. Float your left knee up in front. Figure 4. Once again, ankle to your thigh. And sit back, sit down. This time, reach your arms up. More weight into your right heel. Sit down another inch or two. Great. Stand up. Lift your knee even higher. Keep your arms up. Yes. Step your left foot down. Bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale, arms up. Belly in. Look up. Exhale, take a bow. Forward fold. Feel the forward fold. Inhale, crawl forward. Come out into your high plank, high push-up. And set your hand, set your right foot, curl your left heel into your bum. Outer edge of your right foot, step your left foot behind. Press your hips out, and your left arm can reach over. And breathe as you dip your hips, shoulders behind wrist. Pivot on your right toes, step back into your downward facing dog. And check in with the support from your hands through your arms. Ribs turning in, shoulders out, but I'm keeping the neck long. And so we're always extending through the crown of the head. And breathe in, lift your heels. And breathe out, 2 big steps to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Take it up. Inhale, rise, arms reach. Eagle wrap, right arm under your left arm. And bind through your forearms. Little bend to your knees. Left foot stays, right foot back. Warrior 1, heel down. 45, bend into your front leg. And then left glute draws under as your right ribs turn forward. And you will feel it, the variance, and from one side of the body to the other. It's all good. Even breaths. Keep the warrior 1 legs. Power lunge chest over your left knee. And if your bum's kicking out, you want to pull your bum in. Feel your knees working away from each other as you ground your feet. Upper back is strong. Pivot your back heel high. Inhale, arms up. You're in crescent. Right? Feel the lift as you press off of your left foot. Notice how your hips come back. So give it a little bend, take an inhale, and then exhale, hop your left foot to the back of the mat. We're getting there. Feet together. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. That's why it's a practice, everyone. Lift your right knee in front. Figure 4, right ankle to your left thigh. And sit back, sit down, reach your arms up. Nice strength in your low back and to keep your arms straight. More weight into your left heel. Stand up, lift your right knee as high as you can without leaning back. Exhale, step down, bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale, circle the arms, reach up, gaze can follow. And exhale, stretch your back forward, fold, hands to the ground. Inhale, crawl out into your high plank, high push-up. Stretch it out. Left foot stays. Curl your right heel into your bum. Outer edge of your left foot. And really, there's no stress to the shoulder, right? You set your ground. And then breathe into the expression. Your right arm and comes up and over, and then your gaze can follow. You remember, with breath, we should not be forcing our way through. Bend your knees, shoulders behind wrists. And then pivot square, bring your right hand down, and set back into your downward facing dog. And crawl the hands back to your feet, and feet are set hip width apart. You bend your knees, keep your chest so your chest is close or touching your thighs, and take your arms behind your legs, reach through, grab opposite shins. You feel the back of your knees draw into your forearms. As you work to straighten your legs, breathe, chin down. Let's feel a little bend to the knees, release the shins. Take a deep breath, hands in front, inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, crawl forward into a high plank. And so your inner thighs fully wrapped in, big toes together. And let's do 10 yogi push-ups. Exhale, lower halfway down. Push up 10, 9, all the way to straight arms. 8, 7, 6. Right? When you want that muscle tone, you go all the way and you squeeze the triceps at the top. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press back, downward facing dog. Full breath in through your nose. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Lower your back knee down. Set your lunge, untuck the toes. Walk the hands up to your right thigh. And let your arms take a break. Level your gaze out in front. And feel the top of your left thigh into your hip flexor stretch. And where we're at, we're always exploring slowing down the breath cycle. You maintain the containment of the breath, keeping your lips sealed. And let's see how this sets us up for our lunge twist. Bring your left hand to the mat flat. Tuck your back toes. Lift off of your left knee. And get your left leg straight first. Roll the weight into the toes so your right knee is over your right ankle. And then reach your right arm up. And as you stack the shoulders, keep your pelvis square to the mat. And then you're going to feel that twist. Take advantage of the space from your left hip crease. Firm through your front foot, little to no grip in your jaw. Reach up and bring your gaze and right hand down. Pivot your back heel to the ground and then bring your right hand inside your right foot. And you start to walk your hands back. Turn your left toes out, heel in. And so we're going to keep the butt up. You're turning the knee out. You're flipping your right toes up. We're not sitting all the way down today. And then push off your left foot. Make your way into a wide-legged forward fold. Hands under your shoulders. Inhale to a neutral flat back. And exhale, take your arms out into a T. And grab for the outsides of your calves. Or down to your ankles. Or fingertips under the outside edges of your feet. And to go a little bit deeper. Reminder, we don't always have to excite ourselves and to go upside down. You're still getting the effects with your head below your heart in such like a wide-legged forward fold. Hands under your shoulders and start to walk your hands back to the top of your mat. And pivot square into your lunge. Slide your right foot back, kick up, three-legged downward facing dog. It's okay to reset your hands. Pull up through your thighs, pull up through your hips. And feel less weight into your shoulders. And breathe in your three-legged dog, yes. And exhale, step your right foot all the way through. Bring the weight forward, and then lift your left leg up. Standing splits, flex the wrist, hover your hands an inch or two off the ground. And so as I'm pressing through the heels of the hands, and soften the chin, and feel your standing leg do the work. And touch your hands down onto the ground in front. Step your left foot back, kick your right leg back, three-legged plank, float and chaturanga, elbows in. Tops of the feet, inhale, lengthen through, upward facing dog. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. And so you should be able to feel where the practice is working with you so far. As your body opens, your mind opens, you're breathing through. The flow is the process. Enjoy it. Full breath in and full breath out. Step your left foot forward and big step to lunge. And right leg straight and strong. And set your right hand down onto the mat. Reach your left arm up. Keep your hips square to the mat. And then as you rotate through your spine, stack your shoulder. On your exhale, bring your gaze and left hand down. And bring your left hand inside, pivot your back heel down. Walk your hands back, bend your right leg, turn the toes out, and your left toes up. And feel the inner thighs, push off your right foot, pivot all the way back to the top. Before our wide-legged fold, set your right knee down. And you got it, crawl your hands up to your left thigh, and then level your gaze out in front. And shoulders down, ears back. And full breath hitting you a little higher in your chest at this point. On your exhale, bring your gaze and hands down. Tuck your back toes, lift the knee now, pivot your back heel down. Let's turn, face the side of your mat, wide-legged forward fold. So grab the mat with the balls of your feet and your heels. That will allow you, in the strength of your legs, and to take your arms out into a T. And feel the spread of those wings, and then grab for the outsides of your calves, down to your ankles, or all the way underneath the outsides of your feet. Ground down, inner thighs back. And feel the sensation in your hamstrings. And place your hands under your shoulders, straight arms. Flat back, deep breath in. Exhale, walk your hands over to your left foot. Pivot square into your lunge. Set your hands, slide your left leg back and lift it up. Reset your hands. Feel it, your three-legged dog. Pull your thighs up and to lift your pelvis up. Hey, this is an adventure in itself, working your legs straight in the three-legged dog. On your exhale, step your left foot through and bring the weight forward. Lift your right leg. And another adventure, keeping your legs straight and your hips square in your standing splits. Flex your wrists, hover your hands an inch or two off the ground. Helps if you can pull your navel in and up as you press out through the heels of your hands. Take your hands back to the mat. Step your right foot back. Kick your left leg back, three-legged plank, chest through, come forward and down, chaturanga. Tops of the feet, inhale, upward facing dog. And that should feel a little bit more open. And make your way back into your downward facing dog. If you'd like to see how this prana strength, lightness through your practice is going thus far, you can do one hop or we're going to step. So big toes together. Lift your heels, hands firm, elbows in. Bend the knees, step or exhale, hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And breathe in, rise. And stand up, feel your length. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center and place both hands onto your hips. And keep your right foot at the top of your mat. Step your left foot back, turn your toes out, and make both legs straight. Right hip back, chest proud. And then belly in, let's hinge. You lead with the chest, forehead stays above the heart. And so as long as we're not feeling that pull in your SI joints, your low back is free, your chest is up. Take your left hand down to the ground. There's your kickstand. Now I'm pulling the right elbow back in space. And keeping your right sitting bone turned in, so your thigh is pulling up, and then you can easily reach your right arm up and feel the twisted triangle. Not easy, but you can feel it, you can breathe into it. You could be getting all this sensation underneath the ribs and your intercostal muscles. So good. Bring your gaze and right hand down and frame your front foot. Slide your chin forward. Reach your arms back by your sides. Pull your chest out in front. Press down through your back heel. Inhale, rise. Come all the way up to stand. Arms over your head. Pivot your back heel high. This time we step to the top of the mat. Bring your right hand down. Pick up the inside of your right foot. And turn the knee in. And draw the knee away from the top of the mat. And kick into your right hand. And you should be able to open up a beautiful dancer's pose. On your inhale, rise slowly. And that should feel good. Bring your right foot down. Arms by your sides. Right? The adjustments make you lighter. It's a process. You go through it. Hands to your hips. Breathe. Step your right foot back. Angle the toes out. Straighten both legs. Hips square, chest proud. Inhale. Exhale. Lead with your chest, hips back. And draw yourself out and down slowly. And connect to your back heel. And keep your left sitting bone tucked in. Take your right hand down to the mat. So there is a kickstand, so we're not rounding down through the spine. And your right arm, now the left elbow starts to lift up. That's creating the twist. Make sure you're not lifting your back heel. And then reach your left arm up. And feel your twisted triangle today. As I mentioned earlier, your gaze is the last thing to turn. It could be all good to keep your gaze down. And connect to your balance. Feel your legs. Nothing in your lower back here. On your exhale, gaze and left hand down to the ground. Frame your foot. Get the weight back into that right heel. Tune to your belly. Float your arms by your sides. Chest is lunging forward. Yes, we did that earlier in our power lunge. Start to rise and come all the way up. Reach your arms over your head. Excellent. Connected through your feet. Lift your right heel. And we go forward. Little step. Right foot to the top. And bring your left hand down by your side. Pick up the inside of your left foot, ankle or shin. And you turn your knee back in. And draw your knee away from the top of your mat. And let's feel it. Set up for dancer's pose. Kick into your hand. On your inhale, rise slowly. Then bring your left foot down, arms by your sides. Stand tall, deep breath into your chest. Great. Inhale, circle the arms, reach up. Little bend to your knees. As you exhale, dive and fold hands through your midline. And bring your hands down to the ground. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Plant the palms, step back into your high plank, high push-up. And drawing in and up with your core, come forward. Bend your arms, slowly lower yourself all the way down onto your chest. And take your arms out into a cactus or into a T if you have the room. And then if you need to scoop back, forehead comes down onto the mat. Curl your heels in towards your bum and do a little windshield wiper with your legs side to side. And pause your legs at center, lift your chin, bring your forearms into your chest. Okay, and then bring the right knee out, left knee out, soles of your feet together. Let's make like butterfly legs. Okay, working your inner thighs flat, letting your feet go down. Use your forearms to adjust as much as you need so you can end up, right? If you need to get your feet down, you can end up with your arms supporting you like you're in a little Sphinx position. And if you can keep the feet down, the inner thighs, inner calves relatively flat and lie on your chest, you could do that. Option to turn one cheek. And think of this like a mini frog pose. And good stretch for your inner thighs, all the way up to your groin. And also great for releasing. Feel the sensation of the breath move through your belly. So you're letting go of some of that stress, added stress you might be holding in your belly. Okay, nice and easy. Let your feet come away from each other. And depending on the bone structure in your hips, go slow. It could be fairly intense. And then from here, you can tuck the toes or press through the top of the foot and then turn your knees back in. Eventually bring your legs all the way back towards the midline. Got it. Bring your hands under your shoulders and tuck your toes, elbows in, legs strong. And then see if you can press up just halfway, elbows to your ribs. And then press all the way up. Lift your tail and come back into your downward facing dog. And breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. It's been a minute. Let's work the split. Step your right foot all the way through. And take your left knee down. And let's keep sliding your right heel forward and sliding your left knee back. And your arms are here to support you. And if you remember, first year of quarantine, it was in my year of focus on doing the splits, and because we were doing 2 classes a day, and I felt like I was getting close, and then things kicked back in, thankfully. Studio, teaching, not doing 2 classes every day. And then you got to kind of re-engage, right, and explore the practice from where you are right now. So here we are today. And chin down, belly in, slowly slide your right foot back. And hopefully you got a slidey surface. If it's sticky, go slow, come back onto all fours. And set your hands underneath your shoulders and tabletop. And kick your right leg straight back. Okay. Angle your left shin, press down as you open your right hip. Okay. Half moon on your left knee, reach your right arm up. Okay. So we keep lifting everything up. Reach back, grab for your foot, ankle, or shin. All right, this way we're not falling down. Putting barely any weight into the shoulder, using the left leg to lift everything up. And nice and easy, bring your gaze and right hand back down to the ground. Tuck your right knee behind your left knee. Separate your feet and start to walk your hips back in between your heels. Sit down onto the mat. If not, use your pillow, use your block, and then rest your hands onto your top knee. And shoulders over your hips. And head above your heart. And slow down your breathing, slow down your exhale. Just breathe in, bring your eyes back into the space, and bring your hands in front of you, roll over into your shins, and bring your right knee back inside. And set your hands, inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, draw yourself back into your downward facing dog. Let's explore the splits on the other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, big step, left foot all the way through. Right knee comes down. And let's continue to slide your left heel forward. And your right knee inches its way back. And arms here to support. Here we are. It's real. Breathe into it. Chin down, use your hands, use your core, slowly slide your left foot back. Okay, note of the day, we need to do the splits. I need to do the splits more frequently. Bring your left knee back onto the mat. All fours, kick your left leg straight back. Angle your right shin. And then open your left hip. Everything is lifting up. And keep lifting everything up as you curl the heel in. Hold on to the ankle or the shin. And so therefore barely any weight is coming down into our shoulder. It takes balance in through the transitions. And that's your breath training your brain. Take your gaze down and bring your left hand to the ground. Tuck your left knee behind your right knee. And separate your feet apart. Start to walk the hips back in between your heels. And so you can always prop yourself up, pillows under your bum, and working our knees to stack. For some of you, this will be much easier than it is for me. Hands on your top knee. You have to remember the practice of yoga is relative to everybody. And within everybody, every single day, every breath is something unique. Deep breathing right here. Lips sealed, jaw soft. Inhales and exhales through your nose. And breathe in, open your eyes, and come forward. Bring your hands to the mat, and roll back into your shins. Bring your left knee back inside. Crawl your knees forward towards the top of your mat, knees together. Separate your feet apart, and sit down so your ankles are extended. And then we'll sit down in between the heels and between the ankles. As you get your bum to set into the ground, take your hands back, and then you can begin to recline. All right, I'll stay here, straight arms, feeling plenty through the hip flexors, and through the quads. If you need more, tailbone forward. And you want that pelvic tilt so you're not compressing the weight into your low back, and then you can recline down onto your elbows or to your shoulders. And if you feel this in your feet, a reminder, this is not the typical position of your feet and your ankles throughout the day, so extending your ankles, really good practice. If you went all the way down, use your belly, start to make your way back up. And as you come out of the sensation, go slow. Scoop the belly in as you lift your bum. Swing both feet out to the right side edge of your mat, and then bring both legs out in front of you. And let's go ahead and lie down onto your back. Keep your legs bent. As you lie down, feet flat. And set your low back into the ground. Should feel pretty light. Kick both legs up towards the ceiling. And then reach your arms up towards your toes. Lift your head, lift your shoulders. Okay, you can touch, but you're not holding on to your toes. Right hand taps the outside of your left foot, and left hand taps the outside of your right foot. So we're going side to side. With the exhale. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hands up, pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms down, head down, thumbs under your bum. Point your toes, pulse your hips. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees in. Good job. Soften your belly. Nice deep breath. Give yourself a squeeze. Soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall apart. And Supine Baddha Konasana. Take your arms over your head. Full breath in. Little sigh. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. And do it again. Full breath in. And exhale, sigh. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. And one more time. You know me in 3. Inhale. And open mouth. Exhale. And let your breath go. Might feel good to rock the back of the head a little bit, side to side. Back to center, release your legs long, and bring your arms down by your sides. Set up for your final pose today, Shavasana. If you have something and you'd like to cover your eyes, cover your eyes. If you simply want to close your eyes, you can. If you don't want to close your eyes, let your eyes soften on something. As you release, big toes fall out. And you feel your upper back and the back of your shoulders settled into the mat. Congratulations to everybody that did the 21-day challenge, or if you want to pick up your own 21-day challenge, right, or 30-day challenge, pick it up. And practicing daily. And feel the benefits. Enjoy the day, everybody. Continue to take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Lots of love, lots of support. And it's always nice to be here with you on the mat. And palms together, thumbs to your forehead. And have a beautiful day, everyone. Thank you. Namaste.